top line, it's called traitors.
Yes.
It's not called best friends.
No,
Like,
no.
I think it's vital that you play into that.
If you don't want to be stabbed in the back, go on Tipping Point.
Bingo. There you go.
Hello, it's Jonathan Ross here, host of Classic FM at the Movies, which is available every Friday and Saturday between 7 and 9. And if you listen to that show already, then I hope that you would also enjoy my film and television podcast, which I do with my fabulous daughter, Honey. And today we are recording an exclusive episode for you with my fellow celebrity traitor, in fact the greatest celebrity traitor, Mr. Alan Carr, which I hope will give you a taste of what our show is about. We're starting having guests on it. We haven't been having in the past, but we're going in that direction as well now, and I can't wait to share it all with you, the lovely folks at Classic FM. And I will also make sure that we talk a little bit about the traitor score as well, just to keep it on point. So let's do it. Alan Carr.
Oh, thank you.
The winner of Traitors, which, let's face it, was without wishing to sound in any way kind of like critical, but was a surprise to everyone.
It was. I mean, listen, it was a surprise to me, you know that. When I laughed in their faces on the steps, I just expected round that round table, Alan. And I mean, what do I have to do?
How did you get away with it?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Honey, why don't you ask a few questions, because of course we were both in it. And we can talk about some of our experiences. But as someone who watched it, and I know I told you a little bit about what went on, but what questions would you have for us?
But can I just say something? Everyone joking about, Celia's fart. I was chained to her.
That's my main question.
Funny when she farted. I was like, I couldn't get away.
You were captive, yeah.
But good for her for saying she could keep it in.
She owned it, and she owned it more than once, let's be honest.
The power of owning it, yeah.
It did happen again, didn't it? I suppose they couldn't keep putting it in.
They couldn't keep putting them in, but she was an amazing sport, and also that was one of the exciting things, wasn't it? I mean, we should get to this in a minute, but we all knew a lot of each other. And I do think unconsciously perhaps that did make it harder for the younger players who didn't have those connections. But I'd never met Celia before. I don't know if you ever had.
No.
So that
Huge
was
fan.
so exciting. But at the same time, so frustrating. So I just wanted to sit down and talk to her about her, about her career. And you couldn't. We couldn't, because every time we're having a conversation, you're thinking, how can I persuade you I'm faithful? What would a faithful be?
Instead of having to lie to a national treasure.
Yeah, which was awful.
This is tiring.
But she also nailed the game best of all, I think, because we saw at the end your reaction, how emotional you were at the end, and I was feeling in turmoil quite a lot of the way through. But Celia kept saying that one thing, which is, this is a brilliant game, but it's a cruel game.
Yeah.
And of course there is a cruelty inherent in it.
Yeah.
And also, you're both performers. You're playing up to a degree of going, well, we have to make it fun. You have to make it fun for yourselves as well as for the audience. You can't be like, it pains me, it's with a heavy heart that I have to do this. Because if you did, that's kind of unwatchable.
Yes. And we are fans of the show, and I know the bits I love when people are dastardly.
Yeah.
That is the best. And that goes for Big Brother, that goes for any reality. When there is someone, it's riveting. And I think
getting
that's
away with it as well.
I know.
Well, and also, top line, it's called traitors.
Yes.
It's not called best friends.
No,
I think it's vital that you play into that.
If you don't want to be stabbed in the back, go on Tipping Point.
Bingo. There you go.
Well, I was stabbed in the back on Tipping Point.
Who did that? Ben Shepherd, was it?
I'm never talking to Bradley Walsh again. It was Anthony Collins. He's ruthless.
Oh.
Alan, I'd love to ask, what was something that you kind of learned about yourself from the experience that you maybe hadn't explored in your personality before?
And do you know, this is what I'm like when I do stand-up. We say we're going to go on tour. First week, yes. And I go on stage and I'm shaking, and then you get in it, and then I don't know what, then I get confident, and that's what I found. And I'm like that in a social situation. You invite me to a party, believe it or not, I will be sitting there, in the corner of the, and then I don't know.
When you get your groove.
Then I'm. I don't know what. Then I'm Norman Collier.
After a couple of palomas.
Now listen,
Easy.
come on?
Can we have a nice day?
Yeah.
No, me and Paloma, we're friends now.
I know.
And we're
That's
gonna
most
go.
important.
Yeah. I mean that really hurt for me, and I think the reason why I did burst into tears was because I was thinking of the charity, but also. And Nick looked at me like, when we're around there, when we're like three
Nick
faithfuls
was shocked.
together, Nick was like this at me. And I went, don't, Nick, don't. And Nick's like this.
And
We got this. And then Paloma's death, then Celia.
yeah, because you murdered them both.
Well, I even handed it to Lucy.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, poor
Alan.
And then they cut out that bit where I go, don't mess with us.
Well, it was after leaving Lucy that night. That's when I felt the worst because
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was going to be okay.
Yeah.
It was face to face.
I know.
And so I was grinning like an idiot. She said, "I'm going, ha, like it's us." Look, game over. And she was like, "Oh," and I went, and she said something like, "Oh," and I said, I can't remember. She said something about,
Oh, you've really let me down, or something like that.
and I said something like, "Well,
God.
we're doing better than you." So why? I said, "You're dead." And she was like, "Am I?" I went, "Yes."
It was like kicking a puppy.
I know, and then
She's
when
so cute. And
And
so
I walked
like,
away and I thought, why? And I shouted, "See, you wouldn't want to be here." And then I felt, why am I doing
You're
this?
like a
I
bully
really
from
like
The
Lucy.
Simpsons, Dad. Oh, God.
yeah, but we all just turned up, didn't we? And he said, ha ha. I was like, oh, this is not me.
But I
That
took,
must have been a long walk back to the turret that night as well. The drag of the cape in the mud.
I know.
Oh,
I
my
took,
God.
and we were in the mud. I took some consolation that night though from the fact that Lucy felt most betrayed by Kat.
Yes.
Because I think, I don't know if you feel it, maybe it's that sort of, what's it called, main player syndrome, or what's
Main
that?
character
Main
syndrome?
character syndrome, where you think, it's all happening to you and it's all because of you. And seeing that, and I thought, you know what, of course I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm doing these terrible things, but you were doing the terrible things.
Yeah.
And Kat was doing the terrible things. In actual fact, the burden of like it just being you isn't the truth.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the face-to-face, was it? I was going to say it was tough then, but it weren't really.
Yeah. No,
kinda liked
I
it.
felt easy because that
Felt a little bit good, actually.
But that felt honest, didn't it? That felt honest.
Yeah.
You know.
But then can I just say, I've got to say, when I did Kill Paloma, I was like, oh dear, okay, she's a good friend. I feel really bad. And you know what? When she doesn't come down for breakfast, that'll be fine. She comes down for breakfast.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of me that goes, oh, I didn't murder her, right?
And you felt relief.
Oh,
right.
my God.
And then
Yeah.
we go outside. Claudia's wearing a veil riding off with 2 coffins. I'm like, oh, okay. This isn't going to be easy. And
Yeah.
then you see her put in a coffin. I was like, it's the worst betrayal.
And the grimness of that I felt, which I don't think people realise how, but it's in the show, was the fact that that was one of the colder days. It was raining.
Yeah.
And poor Nico got in the coffin, and that whole thing probably took about 45 minutes to record.
Yeah.
He's lying in a coffin in the rain, and we know it's not him. And then Nick got in and got out again. Then Lucy got in and got out again. Then Nick got in, and they're lying in the rain. And I felt really sorry for Plummet that she had to lie in the rain. And that's part of the game, of course.
Yeah, you didn't feel sorry for me, though, did you? When you said, Alan, say a few words.
Yeah, I know.
Straight
I
under the
mean,
bus.
But
Clean under the wheels.
1 minute she's here, then she's gone. I didn't know what to say.
I don't know what I was thinking because
I was so like,
because I was and you were as well. We were all actually protecting each other in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's day one. We know day one, and we're there near a graveyard. We've got our own name on a grave.
Yeah.
We're at a mock funeral.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Would you like to do a speech?"
you did a good speech. And then I shouted out, "We will avenge."
Oh my god! I mean,
Really
that was almost as obvious as me
Yeah.
laughing in the
I know.
face.
Why didn't we
Watching
get out
it
for that?
back, Dad, and I have to say, the way you were dressed, you looked like a cartoon villain. You looked like
did
Gru
look,
from
yeah.
Despicable
Yes.
Me.
Yeah.
And nobody suspected him once. With your cape, with your fluff, with your cravat. It was unbelievable.
But you looked villainous all the way through. But I wonder
You
whether
both
that's
did,
just
yeah.
us looking at with hindsight. You
Yeah,
look at it and say,
2020.
"Oh, he looks like a villain," because we would otherwise look at it and say, "Oh, that person's trying to dress so much like a faithful because they're a traitor." And I think that's the really tricky thing about watching the show, even for us, because I watched it and the drama you feel, obviously the drama we felt in there was very human.
Yeah.
And on a personal, watching it back, I could enjoy it more as a show because the score by Sam Watts, which is amazing, that drama.
Oh yes, just absolutely brilliant. I mean, it does make it. It does add another layer of tension to it, and the impact of it, and it gets in there, doesn't it?
And it looks like
So
a film. It's
cinematic.
so beautifully shot. I mean, we've got a hats off to the team who make it because they looked after us as well they could.
Yeah.
And it must have been, imagine juggling 19 celebrities. It's like a bag full of kittens and we're all going, well, I'd like more. I'd like my phone. Please, can I have my phone?
Yeah.
And please, what time is it? I want to know what time it is. And
What a privilege, though, being a traitor, because we were in that castle late at night, and of course the crew was there, but we did feel like we had it all to ourselves.
oh
didn't
yeah,
we?
even
That's
when we were waiting to get together, when everyone else was going home, waiting together, I remember sitting there thinking, this is amazing because we got to see both sides of it to an
Yeah.
extent. We didn't get to play
Yeah.
as faithfuls, but we were there playing with the faithfuls, and we got to play as the traitors, which is the extra bit that not everyone gets. So I did feel even though conflicted at times a little bit, you know, I felt so delighted actually that we were selected.
And it was interesting because I know they edited me saying, "Oh, I want to be a traitor," but I did say to Claudia, said, "I'd like to be a traitor, but I don't know if I can do it because I'm very nervous," as everyone saw. And it's funny because when Claudia went round the table, and she did it a couple of times.
She was stomping.
Yeah, she was. It was like a cart horse.
Yeah.
And she hadn't touched my shoulder. A little bit of me was like, "Oh, I want to be a traitor," and then my ears prick up.
You got the touch.
She's walking round again, and then that's when I felt it. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I thought, and it just felt you want to be a traitor, but you talk to yourself. And I was actually pleased, which is weird.
You know what? Remarkably similar, because I said I didn't mind what I was, but I said ideally I'd like to be a faithful and get recruited.
Would have been boring being a faithful.
Well, when she walked past me the first time, I did feel like, I wish I'd said traitor.
Yeah.
And then but then the very next day, I think after we'd done a bit of killing, we're going, and I was thinking, being a faithful would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been in the game maybe for as long, and you wouldn't have had that sense of control. But in some ways, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like you've probably developed an ulcer from the experience, and you wouldn't have had that
Yes.
in the faithful experience, where like the stress of it. The response obviously has been astronomical, and I haven't seen you being mobbed like this in years. That not backhanded, but honestly, the street response is insane. What's the strangest thing someone has said to you in the street? I'm sure you must be just getting mobbed at the moment.
I mean, I know everyone basically watched The Traitors, we know that, but there must be some people who haven't seen it. So when I'm walking in the park with the dogs and someone goes by on a bike, "Who are you going to murder today?" You know, it's a little bit, I'm in The Traitors. You know, so that's always, but just some of the tech, you know, and I don't know no Dawn French, but, you know, just her going, "Oh, we loved it," and you know, Hannah Waddingham sent me a gorgeous voice note, and it's just and I got on a really shallow level. I've got an extra 400,000 Instagram followers.
Wow.
Hello.
I mean, mine's been going, wah, you know. So, I mean, on a really shallow level, but also just, like you said, just people being really, just the murder and traitor and stuff. But people have been so lovely.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazed at the lovely response as well. But the one thing that I found interesting is because I didn't realise, I know you live a very quiet life normally. You know, you go to a few things, but you're not someone who wants to be up there and out there.
No.
And I know this has brought an awful lot of attention to you, more than you're used to perhaps.
Yeah.
But then I saw a picture in the paper the other day of you out without your glasses on. And someone had put online said, "This actually for the first time makes me believe that Superman could disguise himself as Clark Kent, because you look so different."
Yes.
And is that what you do? Is it like glasses off when you don't want to be
Glasses off, I take the teeth out. No, it is that. It's my superpower. And, I just take it off. And I feel mean because people want a selfie and stuff, but I've got stuff to do.
Can we have a look at you without the glasses on?
Oh, no, because now you've
But no, look, he does look so different.
That's
Because your
incognito
eyebrows,
mode.
because you never see your eyebrows, and now you look serious and quite scary.
Yeah.
If you'd have looked like that in the castle, you'd have been gone.
I would have been in the coffin with
They'd
Paloma.
have got you. Yeah. But now,
Budge up, Paloma.
it is. When they go back on, it's like the personality shifts.
I know, but that's my thing. Yeah. It
Amazing.
is. I saw that, but I was so hungover in that photo, and it was the Traitors party before, and of course we have the same age, and so of course they put a voiceover in. I mean, the morning after, so I sound like Barry White. I was like, "I'm Alan Carr." So but yeah, I mean, the pap. No one bothers me with the paps, but then is it the phenomenon of the Traitors?
But the nice thing is, and we both know this, is when the next regular Traitors starts around Christmas time, and when the next Celebrity Traitors on, this will be sort of forgotten. Yeah. And so we were part of something which was a genuine kind of phenomenon, but it will go. And that's a good thing, I think.
Yes,
and it'll be a good thing for us personally, but also it'll be good as fans of the show that we'll hopefully be able to sit and watch the next Traitors and the next Celebrity Traitors along with everyone else.
Yeah.
And enjoy it. But I wonder, though, do you think, enjoy it as much as you used to, knowing what it actually, how at times, how difficult it did feel?
Yeah, that's interesting, that. I mean, I will say about when they get the new cast, I hope they go for celebrities who love the game.
Yeah.
Because that brought it up to a whole new level.
Yeah.
You know, so...
It's fascinating because Nick was playing a great game. But you played a great game at the end. In the beginning, like me, you were fumbling through it, I think, and enjoying it, you know. And I think the three of us had some vague sense of what to do, but not really a clever plan. I don't think any of us would claim. But Nick had that long game where he was like, even though he thought I was a traitor and he guessed that, he was telling me I was a faithful. It's keep the traitors close to you and get rid of them at the very end. And he was vacillating on you. So that was clever play. But then you played a really clever game at the end because you then managed to switch it on him. And I don't know if you'd picked up on his slight suspicion against Joe. Had you? Or did you just know Joe was someone who was dead set on you?
Well, no, Joe was sidling up to me and Kat. I think it's Nick and David. And we were like,
we got him easy.
And then, of course, when he says cat like that, and then that's when I was desperate, and that's when I said, he's been telling everyone to vote for you, David.
Which he had.
Yeah.
Which had the benefit of being true as well.
God. Yeah.
Because I found it easier to say things...
But can I be honest with you? I still don't understand that Nick chess move.
No, that still didn't make sense to me.
I still don't, because he went, explain. No, Simon went, explain.
Yeah.
And he went, well, and I'm going... No idea.
But we could have made so much more of that, I realised afterwards, because Kate was so furious about that. Well, not furious, but was so suspicious of that. That if we'd have said, look, I still think it might be Nick, because why would he sacrifice? And that's why Stephen went, do you find yourself sometimes playing back scenes from it and thinking about different things you should have said?
God, yeah. And also, I mean, Nick for doing that as well, and then helping Celia in the grave. And, he put himself out there, really.
But that shows what an incredibly nice guy is, because even at the end, I spoke to him over the weekend, and I remember saying to him, because I was asked my text, I said, because what I found strange was, I said, I'm glad Alan won. Obviously, I so wanted a traitor to win. But what I found strange was, anyone who really knows the game knows that if you're faithful and you're in the final, you kind of have to get rid of everyone else. Because if you don't, there is a chance there's a traitor there who's been hiding so well. Look at the Harry situation, And so at that stage, even though he'd shifted to Joe, and he thought Joe, because Joe had kept saying to him, I just want it to be us two in the final. And then he began to think, oh, does that mean a traitor wants to be in with a faithful who trusts him so he can win, which would have worked. And so at the end then, once he joined you and got rid of Joe, he should, because he'd had so much doubt about you, he absolutely should, just in terms of gameplay, got rid of you.
Yeah, because I would have been next, definitely. Yeah, I would have been next.
And
there's been suspicion on you. And he could have done that.
Didn't. I think he just thought, this is a game, and my God, we've made it to the end. Yeah. And he's such a pure kind of guy, Nick.
I know. And when I burst into tears, and he went, you're all right, it's a game, Alan, it's a game. Yeah. And I thought, well, I should be saying that to you. And it was like role reversal.
But, I was touched by that, because I never knew you had emotions. And then to see them... No,
For a shallow person.
No, you're a lovely, you're a genuinely lovely man. But obviously, I know how much your charity benefit, because I remember talking to you when you came out, and you were saying it's a small charity.
Yeah.
And you've obviously done a lot for them. You've been involved with them for a while. Tell us a little bit about that, because it's so lovely.
Yeah. It's neuroblastoma, and it's a really cruel children's cancer, and the survival rate is 50-50. And I don't want to get too good, but it needs money and funding and everything. But I found out today that their website says a 7,000% increase of traffic going in, because no one can spell it, no one knows what it is. Yeah. And I mean, they were over the moon. And I told the man, of course, I couldn't tell them before, because you can't say anything. Just burst into tears, and I thought, well, there you go. That's all you need to know.
It's so lovely.
It's a beautiful thing you did, and I think that's one of the best things about Celebrity Traitors is there's no loser.
No,
it's all going to charity. There is no loser in that situation. Yeah. Everybody gets a beautiful outcome.
Can I clear the air about something, though, before we move on for Traitors? I want to talk a bit about you, and I want to talk about your love of cinema. I said last time on the podcast, and I wish I hadn't said no, I was saying, a couple of the people haven't let go of it and they still feel angry about it. And then I was thinking about it, and when I chatted to Nick at the weekend about it as well, I was talking to him about it. And then I thought, okay, well, let me try and see it from their perspective. And I thought, you know what, if we'd have been someone who'd gone in, and quite certainly gone in, and got banished or murdered early, I think you would come out, understandably, feeling a little... having certainly mixed feelings about the show or your involvement in it. You would feel like, and then when you see the show and see everyone bonding and getting on and having the adventures, because even when I watched the show I wasn't in with you, the one before the final where you did the thing on the train, I remember thinking, I bet that was fun. And of course I wasn't there for it, and some of them went out really early, didn't get to do any of that, and I thought, actually, you know what, I fully understand why they feel that way.
I get it. Of course I get it.
I wish I hadn't said anything.
And you know what? I mean, I'm not going to lie and pretend I had a strategy, but, you know, for everyone, like with Nico, we sort of went in and said, you're a prankster. Why can I trust you? That's what you do for a living. You know, I made out Kate was some dizzy, Goldie Hawn kind of person who couldn't. Claire with the lever. Why would you do that, Claire? That's just making me. That's all I just kept dumbing down.
And it was like with Nico, I remember, because 3 or 4 of the faithfuls had said his name and I'd heard it, I just jumped on board.
Yeah.
You know, and I told him that afterwards, and he's very cool about it all. But because he really understands the game. Yeah. But it was a lot of the time we were just opportunists, weren't we? It was like, if there's a reason why you can add your voice to the other, if there's 4 or 5 people at that stage who are going for someone, that's enough.
And it is pack mentality. Yeah. It's pack. But then how many times we were getting, they're ingenious, these traitors. They're using madness. They're using crazy. And we just didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, it was like, shall we?
Shifting the heat off you. Anything you can do to get the heat off you and onto someone else, of course. Before we move on, I'd love to know, for both of you, peak of the experience, pit of the experience. What was a day you absolutely loved, and what was a day you were like, you know what, I'm tired?
Well, I'm gonna be a bit of a brown nose here and say the down day actually was the day off.
Really?
Sitting in the room, you know.
So I spent the day in bed. I didn't even get out of my pajamas. They came in for a meeting once. I said, sorry guys, I cannot be bothered to get out of my pajamas. So I had meetings in production wearing like baggy old, slightly dirty pajamas. You know, that morning I was so petrified that morning going in, because I was certain Claire had got me, and Claire was just being friendly, and she went to me, I love that outfit. And I said, is that something? She said, and I went, if you want it to be like that. And then you shot him in, yabba dabba don't. And it's like, oh, thank God. Because you always undercut it with humour, which is brilliant. I was too nervous to make jokes a lot of the time. I normally would try and say something funny, even though I get it wrong a lot of the time. But in that, I was like so tense, like, and someone would make a joke at me, like, is that a joke? Like, even when you said earlier on, see you in the turret, did you know you were a traitor by then?
Yeah.
But we didn't know each other were
traitors.
No.
And
I thought,
turret's that way.
Yeah, and I went, I'll see you up there.
All in plain sight.
But we didn't know that either of us were traitors at that stage. And I thought, oh, God, has he got me already?
It was an incredible moment when you both did that. You both pulled that off. I mean, the whole thing was incredible. You both did such a phenomenal job.
Is there an outfit that you didn't wear?
Oh, there's loads. I brought along with me. Alan,
6 suitcases.
I packed a full goth outfit. And I had stuff to backcomb my hair up, and mascara I was going to put on.
Oh, God.
And then I thought, and I had a punk outfit, a new romantic outfit.
He slips into pantomime quite easily.
I had a futuristic outfit, which involved a Pierre Cardin jacket from the 60s with perspex shoulder cuffs.
Yeah.
About day 4, when I saw people actually feeling emotional when they were banished, I thought, I can't do this to them. Because if they're up there and I'm dressed as a fat Robert Smith from The Cure, sitting there like this, and I put them there and I'm going, I thought, that's horrible. That would be horrible. And so I thought, okay, I'm sticking now to relatively sane clothing.
I did that once when I was on Chatty Man. It was the Channel 4. It's 80s night and everyone dressed up 80s, and I dressed up as Adam Ant, and someone came on to talk about their film about Hiroshima, and I'm like, must have been awful. And I've got that, and I'm like, and my face was working overtime. This is powerful.
Your face working, you got a white stripe across your face.
I know. This is an important film that people need to take seriously, and I'm like, Prince Jammin.
See that, but that is your producer's fault for booking someone
not my fault. Yes,
on that show.
You're right.
All right. Shall we move on from traitors then?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. But this is relevant to traitors, which I think people in there underestimated you, and they underestimate because people think underestimate you generally. For a start, physically, you are strong.
Thank you.
Remember when we had a sumo wrestle once?
Yeah.
On one of your many shows that didn't get recommissioned. What was that show you had?
Jesus.
No, he's done a lot.
I know there's a lot.
I mean, I've done a few, but he's done a lot.
I mean, the funny thing, one show was just sliced down the middle. They just stopped it because no one was watching it.
Mid-broadcast.
Well, they might as well.
As it was going out, someone went, really?
Pull the plug.
No one wants to see it. So they're still free that no one's seen. And then I remember when COVID was going on, TV channels are running out of material to show. And I feel like you've still got free in the bag. It's not that bad. And they were still like, no, you're all right. We'll put on Carry On Camping.
This show we sumoed on was that weird idea. It's quite a good idea in paper. The whole audience were in with a chance of winning the big prize on your show.
Yeah.
So all the audience was sort of potential contestants, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then you told me that about week 2, you realised there was a flaw in that format.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what the flaw was.
What it was as they got knocked out, the audience just went home.
Oh, yes.
So you wound up with you were trying to do the show still. It's an hour to record, and you only had about half the people sitting out there because they go, "Well, I'm not going to win. I'm going to leave. Go to the pub."
That was it. Wow. Yes, and then by the end, yeah. But then another bit in it was I would turn up and surprise the people at work. So I went up to Bolton, and I was a delivery driver delivering pizza, and I was just there. And then I went to surprise, but no one ever got to see it. What a waste of a day. I mean, yeah, I've done. There's been. Do you know what? There's some things I'm proud of, but there has been a lot of rubbish. I did the pilot for a show, which now people are going to be grabbing their pearls going, this would never, ever get made. Right. It was called The Gay Computer. I was inside a pink glittery box and someone was hosted it and they'd go, they'd talk and I'd go, that's gay, like that through a little letterbox. Like doilies, gay, beer mats aren't gay. Toffee, gay. The Gay Computer had to tell you what was gay or not.
Extraordinary.
Were you seen through the computer, or were you? It was purely your mouth, the
unknown.
Mouthpiece.
I was unknown.
Anonymous
this is very
gay computer.
early in your career.
Very early. Cardboard box, and I can't remember the host, but it was a pilot in this thing. It was absolutely awful. And I came out like that and I'm sweating because I've just been gay for 2 hours, which comes quite easy to me, but it can be exhausting.
You're a natural.
And I was like, thank you. And I'm sweating there. Then my phone rings. It's my agent. Alan, Jonathan Ross needs a warm-up, man, because your regular one was ill, weren't it? Can you go to BBC Studio quick? I'm like, what? I mean, I went from my life is so rubbish.
I'm the gay computer.
Yeah, I'm a gay computer. What's the point? I might as well go back to the call centre. This is not working out. And then complete turnaround. I go there and I had such a lovely gig and you had Paul Newman on.
Yeah, but you were amazing. In a way, I mean, you were so good that it was actually difficult because you do an amazing warm-up and then I had to do the show, which often wasn't as good.
Oh,
and I could sense the slowly growing disappointment. Bring back the man with the glasses.
But you know what? You had Paul Newman on, and bless you, all you wanted to talk about was the amazing films, but all he wanted to talk about was that new dressing.
Yeah, he had his new dress. But in his defence, that it was raising money for his charity. That's why.
Don't make me look like a bad guy.
No.
You're like, under the bus again, Dad. Come on.
Yeah, no, but
tell me about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That was good, but not as good as my chicken Caesar dressing.
But how lucky we are to have met people like that.
Oh, I know.
Even if it was a dressing-based conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being there next to Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, brilliant. I mean, what an opportunity. And then they'd do gigs, wouldn't they? Elton John and Coldplay would do. You two, do you want to hear some extra songs?
Yeah,
go on.
Why not? The Killers did an extra 15 minutes after the show ended once, didn't they?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You know what we should mention as well is because I always forget about this, and it is so weird, is that we are distantly related. So you're distantly related to Alan Carr.
Are you Uncle Alan?
I'm Uncle Alan.
It's so nice to finally find this out. I feel like I'm on Who Do You Think You Are?
Isn't it? Because some of the family on my mum's side, I think, came from Kent, where some of your family come from in a distant past.
Yeah.
So
there's one of them's got a really unusual name, and I think that was the key to it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I know, but it's my
and
auntie.
Used to work on the roads.
My auntie, Gay Computer.
Yeah. No, and so and I was at one of your Halloween parties.
Was it the Trims? There were the Trims and the Walkers. These are people in
Walkers.
The Walkers.
Yeah.
That's your grandmother, my mum, sadly no longer with us. That's her maiden name, Walker.
But how did you connect these dots that you two are
because
related?
There's one I can't remember it, but I did. I did one of those DNA shows. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Was it the one you did with Amanda? You did one.
No, it was Who Do You Think You Are? They do all your family tree, and my dad's football, and they wanted to go down that route. And because I'm related to Gazza on the other side. Paul Gascoigne and Robson Green.
Yes, I knew that from the show, but I've forgotten that.
Yeah. And so, of course, they do my mum and dad's side. Nothing really there, but then it was just an odd name, and I think it came up with you as well.
Okay,
and I think that.
So we might be related to Gazza as well.
No, it's that. Oh, no, you're not. Only through me.
Yeah.
Don't use me to get to Gaza.
That's a good enough connection. Paul, I'm phoning because Uncle Alan suggested you might be able to help me out. Okay, let's talk a little bit about film, shall we? Because that's essentially what this podcast is. Obviously, it's a special edition with you.
About film at all.
But do you? I know you love films.
Yeah.
But what kind? Given a choice, what's your sort of go-to kind of movie? Your go-to genre?
Yeah, genre of choice.
Do you know who I love? I mean, I watched the old ones. I love Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes.
North by Northwest.
Well, you love detective stories, don't you?
Yes.
Well, it all makes sense now, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Anything like that. And I think that's why just quickly go back to it, but that's why I love being in traitors, because that is my dream.
Yeah.
Someone told a 13-year-old Alan he would be in a castle on the Scottish moors, murdering people one by one. Oh, what a dream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. I mean, I do like the old Rita, Sue and Bob 2 is my favourite film.
Really?
Yep.
That is, you might not have seen that. That came out in about 87, 88. It's kind of a working class drama. Two young women. It's a kind of, I guess we'd call it a polyamorous relationship, while they just flirting and playing.
Yeah, they're babysitters and they're looking after the and they're having a relationship with the dad.
The dad.
Both of them.
Yes.
So
both
it's
of
an
them.
early example of a polycule.
There you go, a polycule.
Polycule, is that what they call it?
That's what the kids are calling it.
Well, that started it, and then
that was a good film, and they were kind of like, I think they either weren't professional or it was their first film job. The two young women in there. Yeah, and I remember it was a big thing at the time.
I mean, how naughty can you be on here?
I think you can try.
Why do I always get sloppy seconds? Come on then, Moaning Minnie. Yeah, I mean, I love that. I mean, I love Carry On, the early ones. I love the early ones.
Yeah, I love the early ones.
I mean, Airplane. I like silly. I like silly films.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stand these ones that are like really, really long.
A long film, no.
Which is most things nowadays.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
unfortunately.
How many times did you have to go to the toilet during Wolf of Wall Street?
No, four.
Yeah. I can sometimes measure. I say this is a 3-bladder movie.
Yes.
You know,
and is that one, the new one, the battle one, is that worth going to see? One battle after another?
We didn't
Well,
like it.
no, we
particularly.
didn't dislike it, but I think it's overpraised.
I would agree with
It's
that.
good, but it's not like, wow, and people. It's not like, when the first time you saw Pulp Fiction, if you like that, you think, well, this feels so new and it's so much fun. It was kind of fun, but not quite enough fun for me.
Have you ever interviewed Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I never have.
Joe, I've met him.
You've met Leonardo. He didn't do that show you used to on Channel 4, did he?
Yes, the one. He's in the 3 episodes that you never saw. So, this is name dropping, this story, but I went to Adele's Titanic party.
Right.
I made the biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah.
It said, come as either posh or poor. In historical clothes. I went as
above deck, higher deck.
that's it. That's where.
Totally, yeah.
I went as the unsinkable Molly Brown. I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I go in drag? There is everyone at that party. And then I go up to because she'd recreated the Titanic as you do.
Yeah.
And I just walked up to Leonardo DiCaprio and I was drunk, believe it or not. And I said, you won't believe this, but I'm a woman. I'm a man. And he was so sweet and so lovely. And then, but it was all, I mean, the cream of Hollywood. And I'm dressed as a
The unsinkable Molly Brown.
And I went up to Tom Ford, Gucci. I said, hi, I'm the unsinkable Molly Brown. He said, you'd sink.
Oh, I get the feeling he's a bit like that. A bit. He's got a
Just
bit of a
because
mean...
I'm a classic pair and can't fit into any of his clothes.
Yes, exactly.
No, but I was like, Alan, why have you done? Why not get a really nice tux? Hello, these celebrities. Hello, Jennifer Lawrence. Hi, Meryl Streep. Hi, Beyonce. I'm Alan. Oh, no, I'm howdy.
No, it's when you catch a reflection in the bathroom mirror.
Yeah.
And you're like, gotta go back out there.
But that is why we love you, Alan.
Yeah.
That is
and
why
I
we love
look
you.
good as a woman.
You do look surprisingly quite good.
When I got my glasses off.
Yeah. Oh,
Who's that?
I must
Hello.
warn people.
We haven't met. Hey.
So Alan, knowing you love a mystery story. I know you love Agatha Christie.
Yeah, do you know what I love as well? These are the Daniel Craig ones.
I was going to ask about that. Knives Out.
Yes, that was for me. Yes. That's a bit of me.
Two things. One is there's a new one out before Christmas.
No way.
There's a new one out
the
before
final
Christmas.
in the series is coming. Josh O'Connor.
And
looks good.
secondly, did you know they are loosely based on a film from the 70s, which has a similar kind of premise? And the screenplay, bizarrely, was written by Stephen Sondheim. who loved puzzles and mysteries.
Oh, because he also... Is it Clue that he wrote?
No.
The Last of Sheila?
It's called The Last of Sheila.
Do you know who else loves that film?
Who?
RuPaul.
Really?
Yes. I said, Last of Sheila. She went, yeah. And then he gets them all to stand underneath the yacht.
Yeah.
Shopaholic, homosexual,
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah, but because what it does is, it's so weird. It says
That's the gay computer.
It's so odd that it's written by Sondheim, who of course was gay, and it's so odd that the period because he says I've identified everyone on this boat by a crime they've committed, and so it says shopaholic. You think, well, is it a crime? I mean, we've
And then
all
homosexual. That's obviously a crime.
and this was in the 70s. This isn't like the 50s.
Yeah. It's quite a judgy movie,
Yeah,
really.
but it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It is a good mystery at the heart of it.
Is that James Coburn?
James
Stabbed,
Coburn.
and he's like that. He's dead, and is it the woman or the man's throwing the voice?
Let's not give it all away.
Oh, come on. The film is from the 1970s.
Yeah.
I think spoiler alert's too late.
It's only 60 years old. Some people haven't caught up yet. It's a great.
No.
It's hard to find.
Yes.
I've got it on DVD if you want to buy it. Have you got a DVD player still?
Yes,
Okay, I'll dig one out for you.
And then I love those kind of films. And there's also one called Clue, isn't there? That
Clue's
was good.
great. That was in the
Clue's
80s.
great.
Clue's great.
And then that twist, and it's a play.
Did you ever go and see the Mousetrap on stage?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
yes.
Yeah. And that's a kind of it's a bit creaky.
Yeah,
But fabulous
But
if you
it's
see
a
it.
classic.
Yeah.
But as well, the twist with the Mousetrap.
Yeah.
You can never be made into a film.
Why not?
She said it can only be made into a film once the run finishes at the stage. She doesn't want it ever to be made into a film.
Because once it's given away to the film audience,
Yeah.
no one would go and see the play again. Because
Yeah.
we went, Jane, my lovely wife, your lovely mother, she booked it because when one of Harvey's birthdays, this would be a fun thing for young people to see. And he was about 10 or 11 or something. And we went, you came along as well.
I
didn't you?
did come.
And we all went to see the Mousetrap with the kids. And of course, as older people who've seen a lot of mysteries, I kind of figured it out, even though it's great. But the kids' reaction when they find out the twist, they were like, oh!
Yeah.
And it's so delightful to see when someone pulls that off in fiction like that.
It's so
So
special.
good.
Because I get asked as well to Alan, you love mysteries. Why don't you write a mystery book? And I know everyone writes books these days, celebrity books, whatever you think about them or not. And I've always held off because I do feel there's a mystery book in there, but I want the plot to blow everyone's mind. I want Sixth Sense plot.
Yeah, it's got to be great.
That's
I
such a
want
good
plot
attitude.
twist. Yeah, I don't want to just go la 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 la. I want shut the front door.
Yeah.
What? That's what I want.
And are you getting
Nowhere
close to that?
near.
No.
No one. Maybe a man who takes his glasses off different.
Well, no, that would go.
Someone in a turret with a cloak.
But the weird thing about the glass stuff, if you put that in, we wouldn't believe it. But now, having seen it in real life, you are the
Wow.
only person I know who looks like a totally different man with your glasses off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I name drop for you here? Because let's face it, you've done more than your fair
I
share.
mean, yeah, we're wading through names here.
Talking to the great Cameron Crowe once,
Okay.
who told me what Billy Wilder had said about one of the Agatha Christie novels that he was adapting. And this is why Agatha Christie, the reason why she's so respected and loved even today is they're so great, those books.
Yes.
I know you're a
they're
fan.
unbelievable.
Brilliant.
And he said it was amazing because he said, I was working on a screenplay and I realised there was nothing I could do to improve the structure of what she'd already written. He said the plot was like a diamond.
Yeah.
He said it was so beautifully constructed and composed. And they're the kind of films, when you see them and they feel like that,
Yeah.
that's what you go to the cinema for. That's what you want.
Did he direct Death on the Nile?
I can't
What a
remember.
cast that was.
Oh, dear.
Bette Davis.
Yeah.
Maggie Smith.
You
Peter
like,
Ustinov.
I get the feeling you like that period of cinema. Because those characters, and maybe it's just because we're older, but it doesn't feel to me like we have those kind of actors today.
No. I mean,
know-
I do love those, Sunday afternoon kind of movies for me. Rear Window. I mean,
Yeah.
that's coming. That's it.
The Poseidon Adventure,
Love that.
Earthquake.
Oh, but what about Shelley Winters? Oh, she's Go On Without Me. No, she used to be an Olympic swimmer, but she didn't have it in her.
I know. I mean, I often treat myself to just an afternoon of Columbo.
You love a Columbo
I love a
afternoon.
Columbo. Do you watch Columbo?
No, I was more Murder, She Wrote.
I
know
love
that's
Murder, She Wrote.
amazing, but
That's a perfect
don't
show.
neglect Columbo. Let a little Columbo in your life.
Okay.
Some of those mysteries are great. You'll love them.
I have dabbled with Quincy.
Haven't we all?
I mean, that's even a rogue reference for me. That used to Quincy.
Jack Klugman as Quincy.
Oh, you know
Of course
Quincy.
I know Quincy.
Okay, all right.
Of course I know Quincy.
Yeah, I mean, I love anything like those lovely old whodunits. I just love it. Yeah, but for me, the Peter Ustinov, and I love Spartacus.
Spartacus is great.
Do you like
Amazing.
what? Do you like snails?
I knew you'd got that line. You'd go to the gay-coded line in the movie. See, I'd go for, I am Spartacus. And you're going, would you like a snail?
Like snails or oysters or something like that.
Amazing screenplay. All right, so, well, all out to mine afterwards and we'll watch some Columbo.
Yes, and I'll bring the Quincy.
You bring the Quincy. Alan, how lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. What an honour. Thank you. It's been so lovely.
Okay, and I will see you in the castle same time next year.
Let's do it.
Never again. You couldn't, could you?
No.
No.
You can't. I'd be out first week.
But you can't do any. I don't think I could do anything like that ever again.
No. Do you know what? I think it was the best. It's not gonna. For me, it's not gonna get better than that.
Yeah. And you won, and congratulations, and you deserved it. And I can't think of, in a way, a more satisfying end. If you were looking at it as a film story or as a TV show, the fact that the person who we thought was going to be the worst traitor turned out to be not just the best of the traitors, but the best of the whole castle.
Yeah. Absolute cinema.
But finales are always so disappointing. And I sat down to watch it, even though I know what was happening. I went, this is just great. I mean, when do I ever build myself? But I thought, this is great. This
brilliant.
is how you want it to end. So yeah.
Honestly, bravo. You did so brilliantly. It was absolutely beautiful.
But never again.
And the next series of Gay Computer will be out when?
Let's go. We've got streamers are really interested.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.